Welcome to Mind Drive, your go-to channel for all things mental health and psychology. Now, let me tell you something. You don't just wake up one day and become a fully formed adult. Nope. We're products of our past, and nowhere is that more true than in the echoes of our childhood. Today, we're diving deep, folks. I mean really deep, into 14 ways your childhood shapes the adult you are today. We're talking relationships, self-esteem, how you handle stress, the whole 9 yards. Stick around to the end for a special offer on online therapy that can help you break free from those negative patterns holding you back. Let's talk about attachment styles, those blueprints for relationships we pick up in early years. Secure attachment makes it easier to trust and depend on others. Anxious attachment craves closeness and needs reassurance. Avoidant attachment keeps distance and struggles with intimacy. Understanding your attachment style helps build stronger relationships. Now let's dive into self-esteem. This is about how you see yourself, your worth, your value. If you were criticized as a child, you might struggle with low self-esteem. You might doubt your abilities and have trouble accepting compliments. Encouragement leads to healthy self-esteem, belief in yourself, and pursuing your goals. Self-esteem isn't set in stone. You can build yourself up, challenge negative thoughts, and learn to love and accept yourself. What about coping mechanisms? Life throws curveballs, right? It's how we learn to handle those curveballs as kids that really matters. If you grew up in a chaotic or stressful environment, you might have developed unhealthy coping mechanisms. Think about it. Substance abuse, avoidance, shutting down emotionally. But if your childhood was more stable and supportive, you probably learned healthier ways to cope, talking about your feelings, seeking support, and finding healthy outlets for stress. The good news is you can unlearn those unhealthy patterns and develop new positive coping strategies that serve you better as an adult. Conflict resolution is important. Are you fighting fair or fighting dirty? You know what they say. Conflict is inevitable, but how you handle it, well, that's a choice. Think back to your childhood. Did you witness a lot of yelling, screaming, and door slamming, or were disagreements handled with respect, understanding, and compromise? The way conflict was modeled in your family can have a big impact on how you approach it as an adult. It's about recognizing those unhealthy patterns, learning to communicate effectively, and finding ways to resolve conflict constructively. Mastering your emotions is not easy. Let's be real, folks. Emotions can be messy, but learning to regulate them, that's key. Think about it. Were you allowed to express your emotions freely as a child, or were you told to suck it up or stop crying? If you weren't taught healthy ways to manage your emotions, you might struggle with things like anger management, impulsivity, or difficulty expressing your needs. But here's the good news. Emotional regulation is a skill you can learn and develop. It's about understanding your emotions, developing coping strategies, and finding healthy ways to express yourself. How are your social skills? How do you navigate the social jungle? We live in a world where social skills matter, folks. Those skills are often rooted in our childhood experiences. Did you have opportunities to interact with other kids? Were you encouraged to make friends and join groups? Positive early social experiences make it easier to build strong relationships. Struggling socially as a child can make adult socializing challenging, but it's never too late to improve your social skills. Work ethic is an important skill. That drive, that determination, that willingness to put in the effort. Childhood experiences shape our work ethic. Did you have chores growing up? Were you taught responsibility and hard work? Positive role models encourage a strong work ethic. Your work ethic isn't set in stone. The scars of betrayal, trust. It's the foundation of any healthy relationship, but it can be so easily broken. Think back to your childhood. Were you betrayed by someone close to you? Did you experience a breach of trust that left you feeling hurt, angry, and unwilling to let anyone in? If so, you might carry those trust issues with you into adulthood. You might find it difficult to open up to others, let your guard down, or believe that people are inherently good. But healing is possible. It takes time, it takes work, but you can learn to trust again. Finding your own 2 feet. We all want to be independent, right? But the road to independence starts in childhood. Think about it. Were you encouraged to try new things, make your own decisions, and solve problems on your own? Or were you sheltered, overprotected, and never given the chance to spread your wings? If you had a healthy balance of support and freedom growing up, you're more likely to be independent, self-sufficient, and capable of taking care of yourself. But if you were overly dependent on others, you might struggle with those things as an adult. Resilience, bouncing back from adversity. Life throws punches, folks, it's inevitable, but it's our resilience that determines how we handle those blows. Think about the challenges you faced as a child. Did you learn to adapt, overcome, and come out stronger on the other side? Or did those experiences leave you feeling defeated and unable to cope? Childhood adversity can actually build resilience, teaching us to navigate difficult situations and bounce back from setbacks. Speaking your truth. Communication is key in any relationship, but it's a skill that's often learned, not innate. Think back to your childhood. How was communication handled in your family? Were you encouraged to express your thoughts and feelings openly? Or was communication stifled, shut down, or met with negativity? The way we learn to communicate as children can have a profound impact on our relationships, our careers, and our overall well-being as adults. Empathy, folks, that's about understanding and sharing the feelings of others. Now, if you grew up in an environment where empathy was encouraged and modeled, you're more likely to be compassionate, understanding, and able to connect with others on a deeper level. But if empathy was lacking in your childhood, you might struggle to understand and relate to the emotions of others. But here's the thing, empathy is a skill you can develop. It takes effort, it takes practice, but it's worth it. Fear and anxiety, they're like uninvited guests that overstay their welcome, and often those fears are rooted in our childhood experiences. Think about it. Did you have any traumatic experiences? Were you exposed to a lot of negativity or criticism? Those early experiences can create anxiety and fear that linger into adulthood. But here's the good news. You don't have to let fear control your life. Therapy, mindfulness, and self-care can help you manage anxiety and live a more fulfilling life. Let's talk about ambition, folks. That fire in your belly that drives you to achieve your goals. Now, if you were encouraged to pursue your dreams as a child, you're more likely to be ambitious, goal-oriented, and believe in your ability to succeed. But if you were discouraged, told you weren't good enough, or had your dreams crushed, you might struggle with self-doubt and fear of failure. But here's the thing, it's never too late to chase your dreams. It's time to identify those limiting beliefs, challenge them, and start taking steps towards the life you want. Thanks for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Share your story, folks. Let's get real, let's get honest. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mind Drive for more insights into mental health and psychology. And remember, for a comprehensive online therapy experience designed to guide you towards a happier and healthier you, check out online-therapy.com. Click the link in the description below for 20% off with the code word THERAPY20.